The antidote to brokenness evaded me. Could I believe in what my ears have not heard? Or will the suffering that surrounds me have the final word? Even on the darkest nights, I know the sun will rise. I will trust the process.
Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to today's vlog. To be honest with you, this is the third or fourth day in a row that I have tried to vlog, and either I have been too sick or my kids have been too sick for me to actually go through with it for the day. We have just had the worst stomach flu, stomach bug kind of thing going through our house in the last couple of days. I think it's honestly been a full week now that we have just been out, and I literally have not even left the house in the last 5 days at least. I've missed 2 Sundays in a row because someone has been puking, so it's just been a lot. Last night was also pretty wild. For whatever reason, both kids were just up a lot. But the really nice thing is that last night, Jared's mom also got in. For any of you who don't know, Jared's parents live in what would be the equivalent in Canada of another state in America. So they're in another province. It's a 6 to 8 hour drive from where we are. So they're not able to be here super often, but whenever they do come, they always come for a couple of days. So we'll have a little bit of extra support for the next couple of days, which I am very grateful for. Today is actually a Monday. It is the Monday of Labor Day weekend, so everyone is off today. It is a holiday. I'm not sure what we are going to do today. It's going to depend on how everyone is feeling, and if everyone is healthy, we might finally be able to leave the house. Honestly though, for the past couple of weeks, and especially this week, I have been having mixed feelings about September approaching. I love fall. I love all the things that come with fall. I love the fall activities, the coziness of fall. I also usually love a good new fall routine. And I don't know about you guys, but in my head, I feel like September and fall is more of a start to a new year than even New Year's is. And I feel like there's just a general narrative that coming out of the summer and into September, we've all had our vacations, we've rested, and now it's time to double down on our new routines and rhythms and goals. And usually I am so down and so excited to dive into new rhythms and routines and consistency in my schedule and stuff like that. But this year I am just not feeling ready for that. I think that I'm honestly just feeling a little bit burnt out from this summer and this past year in general. We've literally just been grinding through renovations, grinding through the daily rhythms with the kids. I know a lot of it for myself is also just coming out of this week being so tired, being so off in terms of all of my rhythms and routines. I could not tell you the last time I woke up before my kids. I cannot tell you the last time I properly exercised in the day. It's honestly been a couple of weeks and I just feel off right now. And I don't mean to start this vlog off just being a downer. I just want to encourage you guys in the sense that if any of you are feeling off right now and are feeling depleted going into September or a little bit burnt out, that you don't need to keep up with the pace of what everyone else is doing. I think sometimes it can be hard to go into a new season with the same exhaustion that you've been carrying from the last one. And so it's okay to go at your own pace. The thing with routines and rhythms is that they are helpful for your family if they are helpful for your family. You can't just copy and paste what you see another person doing and expect that it's gonna work perfectly for you right now. For myself, my kids have been up so much in the night and the morning wake-ups have been so early, the bedtimes have been so late that waking up before them has just not been the best time to get my personal self-care moments in. And so I'm trying to come to terms with that right now. I don't think that that's going to be the case forever, and I am excited for a time where I feel more ready to get into a fall rhythm and routine. But again, I just want to encourage anyone else that is feeling just tired going into this September that it's okay to go at your own pace. When I'm ready to get back into regular rhythms and stuff, I will. I think it's important to have an accountability and a balance with yourself between like giving the grace and also recognizing that like this is your life, and if you don't make the change, nobody will for you. I think that sometimes I lean too hard to that side though, and I can get really down on myself when it's been a more challenging stretch with the kids and just life in general. So that's where I'm at. As I mentioned, this vlog is going to be very relaxed. I wanted to do a little 10-month baby update for Jude because I realized it's been a while since I've done that. I wanted to update you guys on how the breastfeeding journey is going, how sleep is currently going, and I do also have some just fun updates in terms of preschool things for Viv, so stay tuned for all of that in this vlog. Lord, awaken me, you whose love burns beyond the stars.
Said you whose love. Said you.
Put on the Lord Jesus Christ and don't make plans to gratify the desires of the flesh.
I was just doing slow flow. If you want easy over all of these.
Okay, come here, buddy. Come over on this side, pal. So before this guy goes down for his nap, I thought I would do a little 10-month baby update. Jude is now 10 months old. He's actually at the time of filming this pretty close to 11 months now, which is insane. I cannot even believe how fast this year has gone. But Jude is, what is that look that you're giving me? Jude is the sweetest little boy, but now with a little bit of spice because he can get around and he can get around quickly. He's crawling, but he's also like getting up on all fours with his butt up in the air. I don't know how to describe it, but he's very close to actually getting himself up to be able to stand to walk. So I don't know when that will happen, but he certainly wants it to happen soon. He's also really big into climbing and getting himself into situations that are terrifying. So he's almost able to climb up onto our couch, but he is able to climb up onto like the brick part of our fireplace, as well as the pikeler triangle. He can climb up the ladder, up over the side of it, and I have to keep such a close eye on him because he'll try and like get down the back half of it too. In terms of words, I'm pretty sure you're at 5 now. So he's saying mama, dada, up, apple, and bye-bye. Baby-led weaning is going great. He's up and over 100 foods before 1 now, which is awesome. That was our goal. He loves to eat. He's got a huge appetite. We're doing 3 meals a day plus snacks, and we are still breastfeeding. So let's find you a toy. Yeah, so he is still breastfeeding. I am also bottle feeding now because I'm trying to wean him around like the 12-month mark. That's kind of the game plan. So I would say that he's doing like 3 breastfeeding sessions a day, sometimes 2. Then outside of that, I'm doing formula. So I mentioned this in another video, but in case you missed it, oh my gosh, Jude. Okay, hold on. Jude is now in the playroom with his sister and dad, so I can keep filming. What was I saying? Oh, yes. So Jude is taking bottles of formula now. That was a very hard transition because he has always been really big on breastfeeding and comfort nursing as well. But I just slowly introduced it. I think something that really does help is having someone other than you introduce the bottle if your baby is particularly like attached to nursing. For a really long time, I was okay with the fact that Jude didn't want to take a bottle and just wanted to nurse, but I did get to a point where it was like, okay, I have been breastfeeding and with a baby nonstop for like 2.5 years, and it would be good for me to take a little break. So the first time that I actually like stepped away for longer than like 1 feeding was a couple weeks ago. Jared and I went away for our anniversary, and Jude did exclusively bottle feeding for like 1 overnight into the next day, and it went really well. And after that, I feel like because that was really the only option, he has been very interested in bottles, and now is kind of like refusing nursing sometimes too. So I know that we're getting to the point that we're going to be transitioning out of it soon. We are giving him a formula that is specifically designed for babies that have cow's milk protein allergies or lactose intolerance or things like that. So it's called Nutramygan, I believe, and I will say he did not like it at first. I feel like it's quite different from breast milk, although it has so many of the same great nutrients and vitamins and things like that. Even just the smell of it is quite different. So he didn't love it at first, but he has gotten used to it now. He has no stomach issues when he drinks it, and although the transition did take like a couple of weeks, if not months, to like get him to that place, he is taking it really well, and it's going very smoothly now. So on that note, when it comes to sleep for Jude, he is doing a lot better with it, and I think it is because of the fact that we have removed dairy from his diet diet completely. For that cow's milk protein diagnosis, he was still eating things that had baked milk in them. So for example, some breads can have baked milk, some snacks can have baked milk, even something like goldfish, although he wasn't eating that yet, can have baked milk in it. And so you can think like, oh, he's not having any like cheese or milk or yogurt, but he still was having baked milk in his diet. And now that we have removed all of that, the night wakings have decreased significantly. And I honestly think it's because he's just not in pain anymore, which is so sad, but also good that we figured that out. So now if he does wake up, it's often because something else is going on. Like this week he's been sick and his nose has been too stuffy for him to sleep, or his sister wakes up and he wakes up. For the most part, he generally is sleeping through the night at this point. We do a bedtime anywhere from like 7 to 7:30, and most nights he'll sleep through till 7, and he's also napping pretty well during the day. So we're doing 2 naps currently. Sometimes if he doesn't take that morning nap, I'll try and line up 1 nap with Vivian so he can just get a longer stretch, but it's kind of hit and miss because then he'll be so tired in the morning and evening. So I feel like we're very much still on that 2 nap schedule, but that has been working really well for us. So the other funny update is that Jude still does not have any teeth. So he's going on 11 months soon and has not had a single tooth come through, which is funny because he's such a good eater. It has not impacted our baby-led weaning journey at all. He just doesn't have any teeth. His sister didn't get any till 10 months, so I'm not concerned. I'm thinking he's just a late bloomer with it, but that just goes to show that your baby does not need teeth to do baby-led weaning. Whoa, oh my gosh. It looks really good with the grout. Oh my gosh. That looks awesome.
If I build the ceiling from right over here.
Like that space
right
is?
This is just gonna be hidden.
Oh. I don't think that I realized that this would be coming down, and then if we built that across, it would be covering it.
Well, the other option is, like, I have to build it down to here at least anyways.
A little bit of a change in plans. Also, if you're wondering why our car looks so different, it's because we're currently driving in the car that Jared's mom drove in to get to our house. But because she's at our house and she's not able to do it often, she's like, you guys should just go out, like I'll hang with the kids. It's been a lot for you in the last little bit, which was so sweet of her. So we're going out to a patio now to have some lunch, and then I think we're actually gonna go and see a movie this afternoon. So we're getting a fun little date now. We just got home. We decided not to go to the movie because, I don't know about you, but I'm so tired and full. That was really good. The restaurant was basically empty, so they brought us a free dessert and everything.
Yeah, it was nice.
I'm very full. But to be fully transparent with you, we literally fought the first half of the date. And I don't know, I just feel like it's weird to be like, we went on a date, it was so nice, and to not say that we fought the first chunk. We were just at each other this week because we've both just been so tired and not having a lot of time to communicate, so we had to hash some things out.
I don't know how people operate where they're not actually talking about the things that are going on. Especially, like, that's some of the valuable time with the date. Like, we don't get a lot of time alone to just talk through stuff. So I know it's not like picture perfect and like the nicest thing ever, but it's the most helpful thing to be able to get to the bottom of the stuff that's going on. They're not carrying around stuff, and it's building and building and building. It was productive.
It was productive. Once we got past that stuff, it was also nice to just sit.
Yeah, we weren't doing it the whole time.
No.
Yeah, and then we just didn't want to go to the movie afterwards. To be honest, we'd rather just be at home, either chilling with the kids or
there's
like
only
swimming.
so much longer that the pool is even going to be open, and it's freaking hot today. Like 31 today, but feels closer to 40, so there's a heat warning.
Yeah, which is
so
hot
we
for
just
us.
want to be in the pool, to be honest.
Yeah, so I think that's what we're gonna go do now.
Yeah. Show him how to pour. Which ones did we get at the library? That one. Yeah. That one. That one.
A little wine book. We need one more.
And then I think there might be 2 more that are library books. This one here.
This one here.
This from the library.
This one here.
And then this one here. Good morning, guys. It is now the next day. Last night was very chill. After we swam in the pool, we just had dinner, and then we actually had the opportunity to leave the house for bedtime because, again, Nana took care of it, which was lovely. So Jared and I just drove around. We went to a spot that we used to go all the time when we were dating and just talked and rested. Today, we are about to head out to the library. We have a bunch of books from the last couple of weeks that I need to bring back, and then we're gonna take out some new books for fall. Because my goal for today is to do like a full fall book rotation with things like autumn and apples and all that. So we're about to go there now. Okay, so we just got back from the library. To be honest with you, I was kind of disappointed in the selection that they had. I was specifically looking for books about apples and then birds of prey today, and all that I found for apples were these two, which are like not even really about apples. They're just like stories with apple like characters or themes. So they're like on the peripheral. And then for birds, it was a little bit better, but there wasn't even anything nonfiction for kids other than this one here. So we're gonna have to make it work. I might check Amazon for a few others. But in terms of fall books that we do already have, I really like this Slow Down book that I've mentioned before. So I'm gonna pull that one back out just because there are a lot of like autumn themes in it. And then two others that we got last year and loved are County Fair, and I love the Laura Ingalls Wilder books. And then Roll Away Pumpkin. This is Viv's favorite. We have all of the different seasonal books by Gerda Mueller. So autumn is coming back out. And then this is one of my favorite autumn books ever. Babies love this one because it's so interactive and just like fun to look at. So I'll try and link all of these ones in the description box for you guys. But the reason that I am trying to find more pointed books about like apples and birds of prey is because a little fun update that I have for you guys is that I am going to be very lightly starting a preschool homeschool curriculum with Vivian. Homeschooling is something that Jared and I have kind of talked about and considered for a while, but have never been fully on board with yet. We are not 100% sure yet what we will do when that time comes and what will be the right thing for our family. But for right now, I know that since I'm home and because Vivian is such a learner, she definitely has a hunger for more intentional learning and not necessarily like academics. Like we're not going to be sitting down and poring over textbooks and using worksheets and things like that. I just want more intentional structure to my time with her, specifically the mornings, where we have some themes that we can look at that are related to what we're experiencing in life right now and some structured activities together. And so that is why I thought some sort of preschool curriculum that we could do at home would be a good way to do that. I feel like this is also going to be a test for me in a very like non-committal way to actually explore whether I enjoy a homeschooling rhythm and whether she responds to it well. So I did a ton of research, and I really do appreciate a lot of the like Charlotte Mason inspired education curriculums and things like that. And so what I landed on is one by a company called Treehouse Schoolhouse. I loved this one because it kind of just goes through the rhythm of a year in general. And I think that that works great for a toddler because you can tie everything back to real life, which is something that's also important to me. So they have a curriculum for autumn, and then they also have winter, spring, and summer. And so my plan is that we are going to be starting the autumn curriculum in September. The nice thing is that my sister homeschools, and asked her, I was like, have you ever heard of this curriculum? And she's actually done it with her kids a number of times and they all loved it. So I'm actually going to be getting it from her. She's coming to our house in a couple days and is going to bring like the full printed and laminated and ready to go curriculum. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm just trying to fill in books here and there. As I mentioned, I'm trying to do a lot of the sourcing at the library, but ours just doesn't have a lot of great options. So what I think I'm gonna do, because there's a number of books that are recommended for like each week, is honestly just like choose one or find some books that are like kind of related, because it's not so necessary for you to have all of the books that it recommends. It's more so just following along with the topics as she goes through the curriculum. So I'm kind of in the prep mode for that, and I'm committed to not spending a lot of money right now. I'm committed to not making this a stressful experience for anyone. What I want to do, as I mentioned, is just have a little bit more structure to our mornings and something that we can come to if we find that it's working. So like that's going to be a nice way to dip my toes in a little bit. So week 1 is all about apples. There's a whole section on baking apple pie together and reading apple related books. So that's kind of what I am looking for right now. I also picked up this little poster here. This is from a brand called Doce Lar. We also have their alphabet poster and I get questions about it all the time. The sad thing is her shop is currently on a hiatus. So if you're watching this within like the first 3 weeks of it being posted, they might not be available yet. but I wanted a way for us to kind of go through the rhythms every morning with each other of talking about like where we are at in the year and in the week. Talk about days of the week, talk about what the weather is like, the season, feelings, colors, shapes, letters, all of that stuff, and then have kind of like a word focus as well. So I thought this would just be like a fun addition into that like preschool rhythm with her. And then once I have everything in place and I've kind of reviewed all of the curriculum, once I get it from my sister, then we will start. So I feel like I'm still at least a week or maybe even 2 weeks out from getting started. But again, I'm trying to just keep the whole thing very relaxed. Also, ignore this hole in the wall that has been there literally forever. My husband needs to like re-mud and tape that and paint over it again, and we just have not had the time to do that. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this vlog. I feel like it was a little bit shorter. I feel like it was a little bit all over the place while we just kind of get our bearings again after being so sick. But thank you for spending the last couple of days with me. I hope that me just being honest in where I have been at in the last couple of weeks and even transitioning into this fall season and feeling like I do not have it all together. I just want to be completely transparent with you guys and bring you into where we are actually at right now. So I hope all of that was helpful for you and you could be encouraged by it. But until my next video, I love you guys. I'm praying for you guys, and I will see you soon.